What's happening, my people? I've been getting a lot of emails today of people finding out about me getting online. Thought I'd jump on here for about 15, 20 minutes here at lunch, see what's going on. Try to let some people get notifications of me being on during regular hours. There's a lot of people that they don't get on late at night, so they don't get to talk to me. So if you're coming on and you don't normally get to talk to me and you want to ask me a question, help yourself. I'm right here. Ask me anything you want. It's lunch break with Fat Bill. And if you leave me up to my own devices, I'm going to read the news and I'm gonna sell books. So that's what I'm going to do. So I got the book interviews for sale in hard copy. If you guys are interested in it, I've got it in stock. $50 a copy. It's got interviews from Floyd Boudreau, Norman Houghton, Bobby Hall, James Crenshaw, Pat Patrick, Captain America, Lester Hughes, Sonny Sykes, Gary Hammonds, Sonny Johnson, Victor Acart, Bob Pitts, me, Danny Burton, and Harry Hargrove. And this is a first edition from 2006. I got some of these in stock if you're interested. If you are, let me know. You can send a message to my email at pwreynolds007 at Gmail, and we will get your order taken care of. And if you don't have a copy of Fat Bill by Fat Bill and you order this book of interviews, I've got a damaged copy of Fat Bill by Fat Bill. It's missing the inside front cover page, which is, no big deal. It's just a blank page, and it's missing the inside cover back blank page. And I'll throw that book in for $25 with the book of interviews. So you get the book of interviews and Fat Bill by Fat Bill for $75, plus the jump drive. So you get the jump drive and both books, both physical books, for $75. And that's just a one-time deal. That's just this one damaged book that I've got. Otherwise, it's a regular price. But that's just a special deal for somebody that doesn't have the book of interviews and is interested in it. Otherwise, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell, share the chat with your friends. And if you got any questions for me, I feel, just go right ahead and ask them. Hit the like button. What's going on in Bulldog News today? People fighting dogs in the trunk of their cars. Now, what kind of shit is that? There's a bill going through in New Jersey to stop that shit. Cops been busting kids fighting dogs in the trunk of their cars. Now, who's doing that? It's just full of dogfighting stuff in the news, man. $5,000 reward in suspected dogfighting case in Northeast DC. South Carolina family filed lawsuit after dog killed. Fights for legislative change to pet statutes. Dog got killed by a pit bull in the front yard. And this is all in the last 3 days now. This is not. Chloe Opitz fears her dog may have been stolen to be used for dog fighting. And if you don't think a lot of this is done by commercial breeding and by dogs just being in the hands of the average public, and they get all this crazy information from people that egg them on, that tell them, this aggressive behavior and all this crazy shit, fighting dogs in the trunk of your car is a way to go. Man, it just makes me sad. I mean, could you imagine being a dog locked in the trunk of your car with another dog? What do you think of that, Bill? What do you think of dogs to people doing that kind of shit? I mean, just like with people having children, if you're going to have kids, you ought to have to take a damn IQ test. And if you're going to sell somebody a dog, you ought to make them take a damn IQ test. Because these stupid motherfuckers with these 2-digit IQs, all they do is hurt these animals and fuck up the reputation of the American Pit Bull Terrier. Shit makes me sick. It makes me want to just crawl back in my hole. Shut all this shit down and just stop. They do deserve what they dish out, Bill. You want to fucking do that shit, you get everything you deserve. It's 2021, man. It's time to love on them animals. Give them kisses. Where is that puppy? I think that puppy's outside. I think he done went through his door and went outside. So I got company coming today. I got some friends coming to visit. We're going to eat some barbecue. Y'all got talking about barbecue so much. I got some good old Carolina barbecue cooking in the crock pot right now. Too bad you ain't closer, Bill. You could come over and have dinner tonight. Oh, yeah. You come chow down with us, man. We're going to eat right. Homemade barbecue with Carolina mustard sauce and coleslaw. It's going to be awesome. I love it, man. Got me a pork butt cooking in the crock pot. Put some of that good mustard sauce on it. Need to have one of them big channel cats cooking in there. Had the fryer going. Fry up some of that catfish I got. But no, today's barbecue day. Y'all got me breaking into my good stuff in the freezer. I defrosted it in the microwave. Now I got it simmering away in the barbecue grill. Well, in the crock pot. So, it's going to be some good shit. Definitely good eating. Definitely good eating. So what else going on, Bill? What's the word out there today? Who else we got in the room? Y'all shout out and say hey. I can't stay too long today. I got a lot going on. I just wanted to drop in while I was in here. I was filling some book orders. I thought I'd do a short lunch break if anybody had anything they wanted to say. Oh man, what you talking about? There ain't nothing like some good barbecue. I don't know if it'll be ready for when my friends get here, but I'll fix them some to take home with them. Takes a while to cook that stuff. But it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. That's for sure. It's gonna be some good eating. Got out there playing with Wizzy this morning. Started out a rainy day, but got the sun shining. Yeah, I don't know. Must be sleeping in tonight. He probably got into them beers. Yeah, he probably got into them beers last night. You know, or he's at the store waiting in line for 420. You know how they are in Oklahoma. If you ain't bulldogging, you bong hitting. Oh, Oklahoma done took over Colorado. Oklahoma is now the weed capital of the United States. But I imagine old Oklahoma's busy. I want to know where Cool C's at. I ain't seen Cool C in days. It's been a couple days since I seen Cool C. Cool Chris, where you at? Yeah, it's decriminalized here, and it'll be legal here in 2024. But they've decriminalized it here. All they do is write you a $25 ticket here in Virginia. No criminal offense. They tried to decriminalize it in July of this year, but the Republicans stopped it. So it goes in July of 2024 is when the law's written. We'll go recreational and the whole 9 yards. You can grow and all that stuff in Virginia starting in July of 2024, which is amazing because Virginia is a pretty tight state, and for them to have done that, um, it really caught a lot of us off guard. You know, man, it's turning into a pretty day out there. I'm not going to be able to stay online much longer. Like I said, it started out rainy and muddy, and I I was gonna do a little more streaming, but the more I talk, the more the sun starts to shine. So looks like the good Lord is calling my name. Oh yeah, that's ridiculous. Get locked up over smoking pot. And we've all known people over the years that have gotten in trouble for it. Hell, I caught a charge back in 2000 for it. They caught me with a quarter pound when they raided my house, and luckily in the state of Virginia, a quarter pound or less at that time was a misdemeanor, so it didn't really amount to much as far as legal problems, but still a pain in the neck. I didn't need any more charges that day than I got. You know what I mean? No additional charges were needed. So I already had the feds here and the state here. I didn't need the county giving me a hard time too. I tell you what, man, there's something else when the feds raid your house. They come in there with the black ops, snatch you up, cuff you up, start taking everything apart. Oh my God. That's a whole broadcast talking about that. I don't know if you've ever been through that, but yeah, that's a damn nightmare, man. That was a nightmare. They took 3 truckloads of stuff from here, 2 pickups and a van. Here all day, hauling shit off. But much like those people we were reading about, I deserved it. I was wide open. Yeah, 4 months before me. And if you read his thing, everything from his bus led to me. He got busted in April of 2000. And it'll tell you in my paperwork that information from the Milk Incorporated bus, where the Kyle Pierce bust, led to Philip William Reynolds. So Kyle didn't know. Milk Incorporated didn't do a day in jail, not a day. He snitched. He tried to snitch on them boys for the boat. Yep. He's a fucking idiot, man. He was a fucking idiot. That boy was dumber than a bag of hammers. That boy was one of the stupidest people I ever met in my life, man. I mean, I've met some stupid people in my life, but Milk Incorporated, I mean, he's down there with Mr. Potato Head. Welded way too much stuff. Got that welding torch way too close to his head. You damn right he snitched. And his buddy that was up there with him snitched too. They both walked away. They had 80 dogs up there. Said what they were doing with them and they walked away. 4 months later, they busted me. Come on now. Come on, man. Now, I'm not saying they weren't going to bust me anyhow. You know, I'm not saying that. But it sure didn't help to have that little rat fucker running his mouth trying to stay out of jail. No, he wasn't locked up at all. He might have done a couple nights in jail, but he didn't do no time. What he went to jail for was for laundering money on a boat deal with Elton Turnbull, who was another person that snitched on me. He went running off with one of the other snitches after I got busted and went dealing dope with him down in Florida and got busted with his name on $1 million boat. And they got him for money laundering. And he went to jail for that. That's what he went to jail for. He didn't go to jail for dogs. And he tried to snitch on Elton for that. That boy was born telling. The day he was born, he was telling. Doctor slapped him, tried to shut him up. They ain't been able to shut him up since the day he was born. Oh man, I don't even think he was like. I think he was like 4.5 feet tall. We had a joke. We had a joke about him. What's the difference between a midget and a dwarf? Kyle Pierce. Yeah, what's the difference between a midget and a dwarf? Milk Incorporated. Oh, snitch motherfucker, man. But, you know, they do what they do. I went and did my 30 months. I was the only one out of everybody that went and did any time. The only one. Everybody else walked. So, you can you can you can you can take it like you want it. I don't give a shit. She quit to Orangadanga. That was when we started Orangadanga up. We started Orangadanga up on her. He was whining how he couldn't get her hooked and how bad she was. And we rode Orangadanga on her and stopped that bitch in 20 minutes. And he went running to Russ. Oh my God, Orangadanga's a killer. Orangadanga's a killer. Because I was trying to sit on the bitch and not tell anybody and just use her for a brood dog. No, Russ went crazy and had to use her for a match dog. They took her out 3 times and then bred her, gave her Babesia, and that was it. Goodbye, Orangadanga. Thank you, Kyle Pierce. Another dog flushed down the drain on account of him. And then, of course, we went into that scrapper dog out of Frisco and Trick Bag that they said was so great. You can see it in my yard video where he's got Scrapper out on the chain. And we matched into him with Bo. And we beat that Scrapper dog in 30 minutes with Bo. I believe that's why he snitched me out. I curd out his bitch and stopped his best match dog. He also had a brother to Orangadanga named Cobb. We stopped him too. Every time we mess with that boy, we curd his shit out. I mean, as long as he went down there and ran around with Ratliff and all those B-class dog people, he did good. But anytime that boy came up into the A-leagues, he got smacked. The only one of those bunch that made it in the A-leagues was Beach Boy Billy. He was the only one with Spiky. The rest of them all stayed down there in the bush leagues. They never made it out. Never had that big win. I mean, when you beat Hilltop Mike, that's really nothing to brag about. I promise you. You know what I mean, historian? But it's the same all over the country. It's the same all over the country. But just study that guy and look at his record. I mean, when he stepped up into the big leagues, man, he never could make it. And a lot of them couldn't. But they did well when they, you know, ran around in the backyard. But it's a whole different game when you go up to that double A league. Oh, yeah. Sterile. I know the people that had him, he was completely sterile. Never produced a single dog. But he was a bulldog. Yep. Yep. I talked to Joey the other day. We had a good long talk. He was telling me how that dog was sterile. He wasn't too happy about it. I think he wanted to breed him to Ace's Jackie, and um, and that's kind of hard to do when a dog can't throw puppies. They took him to the vet and said he's never thrown puppies. They said he was bone dry. Well, well, they could do it. They could do it. If you don't know what you're doing, that could ruin one. That's for sure. You got to make sure you cycle off as long as you cycle on. You need to cycle off at least 3 times the amount of time that you cycle on. Well, y'all, I got company coming. Oh, yeah, Jackie was a good one. That was the Piece de la Resistance from Donrest. It's too bad she didn't get bred to some really good dogs. Oh, well, I'm going to run. I hope you guys have a nice day. I was just trying to catch some people that don't normally catch me. You guys be sure to hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. I only got 2 likes. Come on now. Give me some more likes on there. Hit that subscribe button, ring that bell. Okay, Bill, we'll see you next time. Y'all have a good day. You take it easy.